Hi, my name is Loraine Mponela, and I'm sure my name is showing somewhere on the screen as well. This is a speech which I gave on 9th of June 2018 at Malawi Leads Association Ladies Party, which was held at Ladson Hotel in Leeds. Good afternoon, ladies. My name is Loraine Mponela, as I have already been introduced. Let me start my discussion with a quote by the former president of Malawi, Dr. Joyce Banda, who said, "Education opens up opportunities for girls." Dr. Joyce Banda was right, as I'm a living example of this quote. I grew up with my grandmother in the rural district of Karonga in Malawi. My dad died before I was born. My mom remarried and resettled in Zimbabwe. We were 5 of us then. My grandmother tried her best to make sure that we all stayed alive. I honor her so today. As a teenager, I dropped out of school due to pregnancy. My son will be 25 years on Monday. So you can see my background wasn't rosy, but because of my access to education, I'm here today to tell a different story. I completed bachelor's degree in environmental health from the University of Malawi. I then worked as a lecturer and rose to the position of head of department before leaving for further studies. I obtained master's in public health in 2009 from the University of Leeds. I have traveled the world. I hear people say, or sometimes they write on Facebook, that you actually can make it in life without education. They do this by citing examples of famous millionaires like Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO for Facebook. But if we look critically at these personalities, for example, Mark Zuckerberg, he was in second year at the Harvard University when he dropped out. You and I know that Harvard University is not for an average student. It is for the most intelligent kids. So Mark Zuckerberg was already somewhere in terms of his education. Can we compare such a kid with our own children who are from the community distance education centers? Definitely not. Even Bill Gates, people say he used to sneak to University of Seattle's computers to learn where his mom was working. He was educating himself. Okay, let me give you an example of our own boy, William Kamkwamba. He had a hunger for knowledge. Thirst for knowledge goes hand in hand with education. Kamkwamba engaged in reading books in his local library. The result is what we all know, that he built a windmill. Anyway, forget about these examples because you may say, well, these are just anecdotes. Statistics show that there's a link between education and wealth. The more educated you are, the more likely you are to become a millionaire. Education is not discriminatory. The doors of opportunity will always open up regardless of who you are. Be it that you're a son or a daughter of a church minister or a government minister or anybody really, education opens up the world for you. Nelson Mandela, the worldwide icon, once said, "Education is the best solution to poverty, ignorance, and disease eradication." Currently, in sub-Saharan Africa, we have the youngest population in the world. About 50% of its population are young people, aged 25 years old or under. Compared to Europe and Japan, where they have a higher aging population, Demographers and experts have already started predicting that sooner or later, the African youth will be exported to cater for labor in countries struggling with aging population. Do you think that the African youth that will be exported are the uneducated ones? I'll leave that to you to conclude. From history, we know that exporting labor is a possibility because the US has done this before. It was the Chinese youth that built the railways in the US. But here's my worry and my biggest fear. Education is not accessible to everyone, especially girls. Despite education being a basic human right, there are so many inequalities in the world. This is where I come in. I'm helping to close the gap between available education opportunities and the disadvantaged people. I will make a separate video to go deeper, to unpack the work that I do and the impact that it has had. Thank you.